babies.
We'll do this.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
Oh, you sound like shit.
I'll try it now. How about now?
Better.
Thank you. How do I look?
Good.
Thanks.
Great. Thanks for getting that working.
Thanks, Comcast.
You had a nice clicking going on the whole time.
Did I?
Yeah, and you're pretty stuttery. What does it take a little bit for that to warm up down there?
No, something's going on with my internet down in the basement in the dungeon. So
You know what? As long as you have Renee, everything should be fine.
there she is. See her?
I do. I
Oh.
do. Ooh,
Oh,
it's nice. It's nice.
Lena was down here yesterday. And she goes, "Why is that girl's nipple showing?" I go, "You like that? Enjoy it."
She's under distress. Just leave her alone. Just leave her alone. Hi, Raymond. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
I'm good. Welcome to the newest rendition of the Simple Mind Sports Show, the Monday afternoon Patriots recap.
I like it.
That's a long
I
title.
enjoy it. I like it though.
That's a long title. Some things to let's start the show. What should we call this? I don't know.
I don't know.
You're not going to come.
Oh,
that was a real shot in the dark for me, thinking that you were going to come up with something there.
Hey, I came up with Whack Off Wednesday, or what do we come up with on Wednesdays? Remember when we had 3 shows?
Yeah, Whack Up Wednesday. Yeah, that was a hoot.
Thanks.
That was a winner.
Yeah.
Nope. Today's show, the Simple Mind Sports Show, the Patriots recap show. That's pretty bland. We'll be talking about Bailey Zappe. Show me your Zappe. Second start in a row. Showing some motion there moving forward. Both him and the collective pants around New England.
Mm-hmm.
Showing some motion. The walking nutsack, is it possibly growing? Is it growing? The walking nutsack that is Matt Patricia, Skinny Ray, and Joe Judge, the offensive heads of the Patriots. They could be getting better. Top 5 defense? Question mark?
No, exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Thank you. Bills rookie draft class, or the latest draft class is golf clap for them. And the last segment, clean it up. The Oscar the Grouch edition of Clean It Up. Old Billy Trash Can, clean it up. That's how we'll end the show. The Simple Mind Sports Show, Patriots recap. Welcome to the show. I don't like it either. We're winging it. We'll get there. Several weeks left. If you're watching on YouTube, you're welcome for Ray.
You're welcome. Look at this.
What a dashing gentleman. Ooh, and he's going back with the Brady jersey. Not dead to him. Things are in full motion. He's got Brady on his chest. All it took was one secret wedding and ditching old horseface, and he's back.
It's my quarterback. Always has been.
So you're welcome on YouTube, on iHeartRadio. We are the fastest growing #1 New England sports radio show podcast, and on iTunes, self-proclaimed #1 New England sports podcast. So you're welcome there. Let me give you a little recap of the game there on Sunday, the 1 p.m. start in Cleveland, 38-15 win over the Cleveland Browns. Pats are now 3-3. Give you some stats. Bailey Zappe, over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ramondre Stevenson, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. Couple, Hunter Henry hauled one in, and the rookie Tyquan Thornton grabbed one. Interceptions coming from the defensive side of the ball. One from Kyle Duggar, one from Jalen Mills. Dietrich Wise was in the face of Brissett all day, pulled in a sack. You had Mac Wilson and something called Anthony Jennings. Remember him? Speaking of draft classes, pulled in a couple half sacks there. Devin Godchow made an appearance. It was an all-around performance by the Patriots in this game. Just about 400 total yards, 98 rushing, 300 in the air. Just an overall pretty fucking good game. They won time. That's what I was looking for. Time of possession, 35-24 over the Browns in that.
So the Browns never had the ball. They were always going 3 and out or making a mental mistake. It was a sloppy game on their offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it felt like a kind of an old school Brady era win from the Patriots. The offense took what was given to them, took advantage, got touchdowns when they were in this right pace to get touchdowns. The defense handled their shit when they needed to, and then they let the other team kind of shit down their poopy pants and take advantage and just extend a lead too big enough for the other team to really do what they want to do, especially when Jacoby Brissett's your quarterback and you're the Cleveland Browns. You
Yeah.
can't overcome shit like that. You are still in last place as the New England Patriots at 3-3. Record tied with the Miami Dolphins, who have now lost 3 in a row. Trash organization. Just you heard it here first.
Tua's coming back. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine now.
3 years ago, you heard it here. That is a trash organization. They will never get out of their own way as long as that scumbag is still an owner. Jets 4-2, a convincing win over the slumping Green Bay Packers.
Did Aaron Rodgers get pulled in that game?
I don't know.
I think he did.
They scored a touchdown in the second half, but yeah, I mean, eventually it was certainly at a reach for them. The Packers just might stink, and then the Bills got another big win in Kansas City in a close game. That's 2 close game wins in a row. That might smell trouble. The Bills might be finally breaking through.
But as we said this, or you said this 3 years ago, Josh Allen in those big time games, mental mistake. Did you see that fucking shuffle pass he did? That was a fumble.
Yeah.
Did you see that sequence? Oh my god! I was thinking of you when I was watching them. Like, oh, here we go. Buffalo was rolling. Then he does that, and I'm like, oh, Kansas City's gonna get the ball, go down, score. That's all it is.
Yeah, a rare, and Mahomes didn't end up getting the ball back there, and usually he goes down and makes something happen. So yeah, you put that game in prime time in.
I mean, it kind of was. It was a game of the week or whatever they were calling
That's
it.
425. You put it at 8:20 in December.
It's not going that way.
I don't know. The Bills still have something to prove in that spot, but that's neither here nor there. Right now we're in October, and the Patriots are in last place, still at 3-3, but climbing with 2 wins in a row. Let me give you some key sequences to the game. Basically, 2 drives: the first scoring drive, and then the drive after halftime. And this was the Zappe show. It was absolutely the Zappe show. They let him sling the ball around a little bit. Play action was cranking. But that second quarter touchdown drive, the first touchdown drive of the game, 9 plays, 4 minutes and 25 seconds, 87 yards. Here are all the first down throws from Bailey Zappe. The first one was to Henry. It was the first down play, Patriots 13-yard line, pump out to Henry. They got the tight ends working in this game. Love to see it. The next one was another first down play, kind of a deep cross to Myers. He let this happen. Bailey Zappe let this happen all day. They were playing a lot of zone. He let Myers or whoever else cross the field, get behind the linebackers, and then touch through it right to him. That was a 16, 17-yard play. That was nice. Then you had that bullet to Parker, who just fucking snatched it, coming left to right, snatched it out of the air for another first down. You had a nice screen to Tyquan Thornton, who dragged some tacklers, his skinny little fucking twig legs. Broke some tackles.
He's fast.
He fast. And then on 3rd and 10 from the Browns 30, you had the, dare I say, genius play call from Skinny Ray, that walking nutsack. It wasn't quite a draw play. It was just a shotgun handoff to Ramanam Ding Dong Stevenson.
And he did the rest. He did the rest. Punched it in for the touchdown. That made it 10-3. You never trailed after that point. You were in total control of the game. But then what clinched it in my eyes, coming out of halftime, what Robert Vine would call a classic Zappe touchdown drive after half. 7 plays, 3.5 minutes, 75 yards. That started off with the big Jonnu Smith 53-yard play. Talk about breaking tackles. And then you had a nice touch pass to Hunter Henry down to about the 3-yard line. And then you had a beautiful executed play from Bailey Zappe working through his progressions. The 3rd and 2? Was that a 3rd and 2 play?
I believe that was. It was 3rd down. He found Tyquan Thornton again in the back of the end zone, coming left to right on his side. That made it 17-6. The Browns were going on 4th down, like we talked about last week in stupid NFL plays. Brissett was falling apart at his fingertips. It was just never a game at that point, even with the onside kick blunder, which we'll
oh my god
get to.
All right, Raymond, show me your Zappe. 24 of 34, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. The only rookie quarterback in NFL history to start his career with 2 games over 100 passer rating and 2 wins and whatever else the stat
Nerds
compiled there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I had him for 3 plus throws. That Tyquan Thornton touchdown was a plus throw to me. There was a nice third down later in the game where he kind of worked out of the pocket and sidearmed it to Stevenson for a first down. And then the 1st and 15 I talked about to Jacoby Myers. So I don't know. You're the Bailey Zappe guy.
The only thing I like is that he's pulling the ball around. That ball is going to everyone and anyone. Jonas Smith's getting involved. Hunter Henry's getting involved. Tyquan Thornton's getting involved. Aguilar, even though he can't hold on to the ball, gets involved. He is just spreading the ball around. When Mac was here, he would have his targets. Hunter Henry in the red zone. You'd have Myers all the time, and then he'd never had a rapport with anyone else. I mean, even last year, it was just the Myers show. He was just gunning the ball at Myers. You know, we only said you had either Hunter Henry or Myers. That's where he's going. That's all you got to lock up. Zappe's dishing this ball all around, and I love seeing that. Whatever happens from here on out, whatever. But at least he's getting everyone involved. Everyone's confidence is going up, and I like it how he's distributing the ball all around to his teammates. And that you have to say is something that Mac hasn't done since he's been here.
Oh, I would not. The revisionist history on Mac Jones and Patriots fans is getting fucking right up my ass. The spreading it around, that's what he did last year. Who did he have to throw to? Nelson Aguilar? He had Jacoby Myers and Hunter Henry. Devontae Parker wasn't in this team. You know what was playing Devontae Parker's position? N'Keal fucking Harry.
He's a first round pick, though. Don't worry.
He was a healthy scratch for the Chicago Bears this week. That's all you had to throw.
Hey, N'Keal Harry has this game circled Monday night. He's had it circled all.
I'm sure he does. The revisionist history on Mac Jones is just ridiculous. You know what I did before I wrote this email while I was writing this up? Because I like the way Zappe gets rid of the ball. I like his release. I talked about this last week.
Oh, you talked about it in the text.
Everybody's making a big deal of his pocket presence, which I think is real as a rookie for sure. But it was hard for me to remember, like, what does Mac Jones look like? For some reason, I thought I didn't like the way he released the ball. Nope. I went back and watched side to side. The last game he played, which was Baltimore, which many people think that he lost with 3 picks, but also had a great game.
It's probably one of his best games. Yeah.
3 massive throws to Parker. He had that dime on the sideline to Parker.
He had over 300 yards on that game too, correct?
Yep. In my eyes, he had 1 bad interception, 2 if you count the end zone to Devontae Parker, but many people put it on him. Anyway, that was neither here nor there. I went back and watched him throw. Look, Mac Jones is a better thrower. Plain and simple.
That's why you're a first round pick and you went to Alabama.
He's like 3-4 inches taller than him. The dude can zip it in there. He's just a better thrower of the football than Bailey Zappe. He's got a better arm. In fact, Phil Perry said the only reason that Bailey Zappe just is flat out not considered across the league as a starter is because he just doesn't have the arm to do it. Now, that's not to say he can't. You know, the Drew Breeses of the world, there are few and far examples, but Drew Brees is one of them, a Hall of Famer.
I think his average pass is 5.4 yards or something like that, a temp.
Yeah, he even
not
looks
very far.
Because they're both so short, under 6 feet, average height. I apologize.
Thank you. Come on.
Even like getting rid of the ball, he kind of like rises on its tiptoes and has to get it over the line, which is why you see a lot of.
You see Trent Brown? Boy's big.
He fucking scalded into David Andrews' back of his head. It was like 6'1" or something. So you're just gonna get that from a quarterback that short. That's why it's it's football. You got to be big.
Average.
Mac Jones 6'3". Bailey Zappe, they say 6 feet. He ain't 6 feet. He ain't 6 feet. I asked you this. Can Zappe do the things Mac Jones can do? No.
I'll be a realist. I'll be a realist.
I'll be a realist. Now you're backpedaling off this.
No,
all fucking Sunday. Suck it, Rich. Fuck you, Rich. Suck it, Rich. Zappe. Show me your Zappe. Show me your Zappe.
Ingrid texted me and told me how long you were on the toilet for on Sunday. I don't want that happening again today.
And now here we are reviewing it. And whatever happens. Mac's good. I know he can't do
Max. No, I know he's gonna come back. Mac's gonna be the starter when he's healthy. When is that? We don't know, but he will be the starter. Bailey's just doing all the right things, and hopefully this lights a fire under Mac's ass, which I said in the last show.
Fine. Let me tell you what he can't do. He's not even as accurate. Even when you got a guy that with, I'm just going to yell at you anyway. I'm just going to fucking yell at you anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm going to yell at you and go poop. Even as a guy who needs to be accurate and touch throw, which I think Zappe does, he's not as accurate as Mac Jones, or at least not. He isn't right now in his second game. Again, I went back and watched that. Mac was fucking diming balls, and like I said to this the last week or the week before, Zappe is yet to make a throw that makes me go, "Holy shit! How to get that in there?" Max had more than a few of those, especially go back to last year. That Dallas game is a great example. The game was on his shoulders. We've
that back shoulder touch pass he has is pretty nasty.
Zappe?
No, Mac.
Yeah. You know, and if they could ever find that back shoulder connection on the regular with Parker, that's an unstoppable play. That's the Aaron Rodgers play.
Well, we didn't get him for that. We got him for the 50-50 balls.
Which he won. You got to give him that was a hell of a catch on Sunday. That Zappe threw up to him on that third down, double cover.
Why is he going up for Zappe and not Mac?
Controversy.
Controversy.
Where's the room? Parker's on the Joe Judge side of the room. One Zappe in there. We'll get there. What else can he do? I noticed this.
You asked me what can Zappe do and not Mac can do?
I didn't ask you that. I asked you what can Zappe not do that Mac can do.
Oh, okay.
I don't think, as much as I was impressed with the way Zappe went through his progressions and he made a couple good plays. Again, I went back and looked. Mac is reading the defense before the ball is snapped and knows where the ball should go. I think Zappe has been told what to do. Here's your progressions. Here you go.
And he's not calling audibles at the line.
He has yet to call an audible at the line. And there was one play they tried to run a fake double reverse with Tyquan Thornton that got blown the fuck up. And you could see it. Like there is still 5 or 6 seconds left on the play clock, and the Cleveland brought everybody to the line. They were coming.
They knew what was going to happen.
You almost saw Zappe hesitate with the snap, like, "Oh, this isn't going to work." But I don't have it. I have nothing I can do about it. So hike. Like I think that's the type of shit. Now, whether that's because he can't do it or he's a rookie or he's being managed the same way Mac was last year, I don't know. That's probably yet to be seen. I like the kid. I think that his ceiling is lower than Mac Jones's. And when you're talking about a franchise quarterback, I think you have to move forward with Mac Jones. Like, this is the other thing. This is not a Bledsoe Brady situation. Mac Jones is not Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe was something like 3-15 before Brady took over, and I think that was a Bedard or someone stat I read that from. He was 3-15 in the 18 games before Brady took over. Belichick was sick of him. The fan base was getting sick of him. Not me and Bill, but most of you were. He stunk, and Brady had been outplaying him from the summer before. So this is not apples to apples. It's not the same situation. Good for Zappe. I like him. I like the kid. He's probably the perfect Brian Hoyer replacement in terms of maybe a career backup.
No. Some team will offer the Patriots some stupid deal to get.
Yeah, like the Browns where Hoyer went there and made all of his. Hoyer made like $40 million in his career or something as a backup. Yeah. And he's 16-31 as a starter. Like,
no, you can see some stupid franchise making a stupid deal to get Bailey Zappe on their team.
Yeah.
You're going to have enough game tape after this and be like, yep, here we go. Someone's going to offer like a second-round pick for him.
More importantly, can Mac do what Zappe's doing? Yes. And I think that's what...
Not everything.
Go ahead.
I think Zappe can scramble better than Mac can. He's quicker. And you've seen that a few times where the defense rushes and Mac doesn't have the wheels that Zappe has. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I think that Zappe has an edge on.
I don't even think you're right. Mac scrambled for a touchdown in that Baltimore game. We saw Zappe on a bootleg get dragged down before he could reach the first down. I don't think he's as fast. He just looks faster because he's got little legs like you. When you start scurrying around the field and your feet are moving 1,000,000 miles a second, but your body is just kind of slogging along.
Well, it's a big belly to throw around nowadays.
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Bailey's got a big Zappe that he's dragging along, and I don't think he's as fast as Mac. At best, it's maybe a
I'm gonna have to look at there 40 times.
I'd give you a plus in the way Bailey Zappe's been moving around the pocket, at least this season. There have been times where Mac Jones looked like he was a chicken with his head cut off at times in that pocket. And that's not good. I'll give you one. I'll give you an example of Zappe doing it, though. That intentional grounding that caused Nick Folk to lose his record-breaking streak. He turned his back.
You're calling that Bailey Zappe's the reason why he missed that field goal?
They lost him 16 yards on that intentional grounding play because he turned his back in the pocket and
it was going to happen eventually.
Like a fucking top.
It was going to happen eventually.
Didn't have to happen then. Didn't have to happen then. Didn't have to happen.
Not in Cleveland.
You're telling me right now you give Folk 16 yards in Cleveland, he's not punching that son of a bitch through?
Nope. He was going to miss it. It was inevitable. He was going to miss it.
Fine. I just hope Zappe can bounce back from that. What if Folk just goes on I guess he made the next one. Never mind.
We have a racist kicker, don't we, on the practice squad?
He's gone.
Yeah, that sucks.
Last thing on this quarterback controversy. I guess I just made that point. I think
here's my question. I have a question for you. May I?
Okay.
Why does it seem like the offense is playing better for Bailey and not Mac?
Oh, we'll get there. I believe that has something to do with the growing nutsack.
Okay.
That has something to do with the growing nutsack. But in that same vein, with Mac Jones sitting on the sideline, seeing the offense work, seeing Zappe have success, does that nudge him, motivate him, push him to just fall in line under the coaches, under the new offense? Because it's not even rumors now; it's reported that he was giving a lot of pushback about the coaching, about the scheme, about the injury, about everything. He was just basically being a pain in the ass, depending on who you read and listen to. With this success by his underling, does that motivate him to fall in line? And do you think that if that's the case, and they can run the same offense with Mac Jones at the running with Bailey Zappe, you would think, seeing as we've both agreed Mac Jones is better, that they could have as much success, if not more, if everybody just gets in sync.
If he falls in line, yes.
Like Zappe is with the guys, with the coaches.
If he falls in line, but what if he doesn't?
What if he doesn't? So is there if he doesn't, what's the locker room? What do you think the locker room's at? So I'll give you I'll give you the only scenario in which I believe there's a quarterback controversy. If he goes out, Mac Jones goes out and still looks to struggle with the new offense and stinks in a similar fashion like he has the first 3 games, worst rated quarterback in the NFL, you have to say at that point there's a quarterback controversy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is there one now, though? Like right now, as we speak.
So you just said Mac Jones is the worst rated quarterback in the NFL right now.
Statistically. We're close to it. I don't know. That was 2 weeks ago. I don't know.
And do you know who is number 1 right now? With a minimum of 70 pass attempts, it's Bailey Zappe.
Tom Brady.
No, it's Bailey Zappe. So, I mean, you look at it, there could be if he comes back and still looks like shit and the offense is just falling apart with him behind center, yes, there will be a quarterback controversy for sure.
Okay, but we're in agreement that if he's ready to go, he's expected to play in Chicago Monday night. Yeah, he is.
Phil Perry said on Sunday that he looked like he was still in a lot of pain. He couldn't even put weight on his foot still.
Phil Perry said after the game, they expect him to play in Chicago.
And I'm expected to lose weight per my doctor's orders, and that's not going to happen either. So, boom.
He's expected to play Chicago. Why? He traveled with them this week. Man, you're saying I've heard 2 rumors to either motivate him to stop being an asshole, to show you how the whole operation works, and we went out there and put up 38 points and got a win, and also to get back into the game reps. This is get back into the
rhythm and
rhythm and the scheme
schedule.
Of things.
Yeah.
He was out there practicing all week. He was in pads all week. Yes, they said he was limited. Yes, they said he wasn't moving around very good. I listened to Zoe on the pregame. He said he could barely move up and down the field.
Yeah.
But it's from everybody else, from everything I've listened to, everyone's pretty much expecting Mac Jones to play against Chicago.
Want to do a friendly wager? A beer the next time we see each other?
Okay.
Mac doesn't play against Chicago.
I don't know if he's going to play against. That's not my point. Like, my point was going to be, until you derailed me, whether it's Chicago or the Jets. Do you think he's going to play against the Jets? No, you don't think he's going to play till December or something. You think Zappe's just taking the job?
I just don't think he's healthy enough right now.
Whether it's Chicago or
the 6 or 8 week injury, I mean, no way he's going to make it. Go ahead.
Whether it's Chicago or the Jets, I don't think it's going to be another 3 weeks to Indy. Chicago or the Jets in the next 2 weeks. How short is the leash?
Oof.
How short's the leash in those games?
2 games. I give him 2 games. If he looks like shit 2 games, done.
And do you think they bench him outright, or they fake an injury for him? They fake the ankle injury for him?
I think they fake an injury for him. Depending on if he's still being a little diva behind the scenes, calling out the offense and saying it's not working and the scheme's not working. It all depends on how he takes the whole thing.
Your best case scenario is he falls in line and looks good, because Bailey Zappe is telling you right now, I still don't believe the number 1 rated quarterback in the NFL is good enough to get you through the gauntlet at the end of the season and into the playoffs.
Oh no, that Buffalo, the end of this, we're looking at the end of the schedule. It's like a death match for the Patriots. If they don't, they could lose 6 in a row.
Yep, so. They could. Quick break. We'll talk about the growing nutsack.
Not mine.
You never do know what's around the bend. Big adventure, all bringing a friend when you're curious. I like curious, y'all. Swag. Well, everything.
I don't know how much.
Mine's already pretty big.
How much more do you have?
Not a lot of room.
You're gonna have to get custom-made pants.
I know.
Like a fupa and a sack.
Yeah, I might have to call Frank the Tank, ask him who his tailor is.
Those are some uniquely shaped pantalones.
They're high waters all the time too.
I mean, they kind of have to be, right? Like,
you got a huge fupa. I don't know what he has. I don't know what he's working downstairs with, but he's got.
He probably hasn't seen it in quite a long time. Probably
just in the mirror. Just in the mirror.
Yeah. I don't like. The physics probably get in the way when you talk about making fabric that wide and also that long.
Yeah.
Like now you got to go. Now you got to go to like a boat manufacturer, whoever makes the sails. You got to start talking about.
Or the wrapping of the boat, like winterizing it, that kind of thing, maybe, because you don't want anything to rip.
I think men and women of that size, they should really be investing in stretchy material, spandex.
A lot of the jeans now are stretchy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But they're kind of hip. Like how many of those like hip stretchy jean manufacturers are making them for the large audience, 6x X waists?
Yeah, he also has how stretchy can you go? I mean, when you're going 6X, I mean that's pretty fucking stretchy.
What do you think? Like, what's the? I don't know if it's by weight. It's got to be by gut ratio.
Fupa.
The fupa's when do you start wearing the waist and belt above
the belly button?
The belly button, because there's too much to go under, right? Like I got a gut, but my belt goes under it, and like when I sit down, there's a little pouch right here.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, me too.
But at some point, I gotta lose the pouch. At some point, like you get so big, the pouch is just everywhere. So the pants have to come over it, right? So you can just contain it all.
Yeah, because the pants are just gonna.
And then the backside, you just start dropping trout because it just can't keep.
Or
up.
you wear suspenders.
Well, yes, they don't make belts that size unless now you're talking about reins for a fucking bull.
Mm-hmm.
So then you go the suspender route, and that
you're asking what's
definitely
the size?
Above the belly. So what's the cutoff? How big does your massive gut and fupa have to be where you go suspenders and your pants are up near your belly button?
I think it's
hips.
The official term is when you have a dinky do. When your stomach sticks out more than your dinky do is when you have to go that route.
See, but that's variable too, because what if you have a micro penis or just a little one, just a real little guy, or you got an abnormally big fupa that's kind of round.
But if you can put your chin down, you can still see your dick. I mean, I think that's fine.
That's
That's how you do it.
Is that a doctor? That's your doctor's definition of decent health?
Yeah.
All right, stand up, Raymond. Let me see. Put your chin down.
I can see my dick. I can see
Show
it.
me your dick.
Look at it. I can see that right there.
Close your eyes and touch your dick.
Boom. Which is good because my nuts are so big that my dick perches up on it. So no matter what, I know where it's going to be at all times.
Yeah, little bird bath.
Yeah.
Speaking of nut sacks, the growing walking nut sack of Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, your two-headed monster of the offense. I'll tell you right now, Bailey Zappe's the best thing to happen in that offense and Skinny Ray. They had to dumb that shit down, cut out the 50-50 balls, go back to what was working with Mac Jones last year. It seems like there's a lot of similar plays from McDaniel's offense. Those end around, the Tyquan Thornton end around, they're getting more creative with it. The tight ends are getting back into the form. And then play action. Play action has been massive. And it was a fact statistically. The first 3 weeks of the season, the Patriots were bottom 5, if not the.
I think they were the worst. 31, I think, at least.
Yeah, the least used play action, which again is another Mac Jones strength. It looked like they were doing everything opposite of what was the strength of Mac Jones. He goes down. Now they go to the rookie. They dumb it down for him. They put everything in place for him. And now you're talking about the strengths of Mac Jones, similar to the strengths of Zappe. Offensive line gets their footing.
Is it almost like a slap in the face to Mac Jones, though?
Yes. Like, don't you not blame him for being a little pissed?
Talking shit about this on the offseason. You didn't like our offense. Watch this. We're going to give this rookie everything and anything, all the tools he needs to go out there and flourish. And while you're going to look like a schmuck, and now it's Zappe fever all over New England.
It's a slap in the face for like the fans and everyone that followed it too, because you're falling for it. You're pissed at Mac Jones. Just go looking at the play calling they had for this kid. They're making him throw the ball down the field on 3rd and 1s. Like it none of it made sense. It definitely seems more cohesive. Like they've identified an identity and they're sticking to it. And a lot of that, I believe, had to do with Bailey Zappe. My question is, have they learned? And when Mac comes back, do they stick to that? Do they stick to what's working? Or do they try and go back to some of the other dumb shit that wasn't working?
I think it has to be on both. I think it has to be from both parties. I think the offensive coordinator obviously has to buy in that Mac Jones can handle it, and Mac Jones has to buy into the offensive coordinator's philosophy. So I think it's both. It's going to be like a married couple. Are you going to meet in the middle? Let's find out.
Compromise.
Yeah.
Who's the counselor in that situation?
Bill?
Yeah. How much do you think Belichick has had to do with the offense kind of finding its way?
I think he's brought in some whoppers to coerce Skinny Ray onto what to do with this Bailey Zappe project.
Yeah, my answer is a lot. I think a lot.
Well, you bringing in whoppers, of course it's a lot.
Yeah, easy. He's speaking of dicks, and keep it down, Dr. Big Mac. But the also, did you hear? There's scuttlebutt that Joe Judge is kind of pushing for Zappe as quarterback, and then may have been reason why Mac was held out and could be held out an extra week or a little bit longer because Joe Judge likes Zappe.
Dang.
There's as much as the walking nutsack has improved and their offenses look better here in the last few weeks against garbage competition. There's still nutsacks. Mm-hmm. There's still a chance that Joe Judge, the guy that ran 2 quarterback sneaks with Daniel Jones of the Giants, who are now 5-1 with a new coach, that guy, Joe Judge, that failed fucking walking nutsack, still could undermine you and this team moving forward. Never
fucking crazy.
Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
I won't forget that.
Patricia has gained a little bit of respect. A little bit.
Like a little bit. Like what?
Well, this is why I think he failed in Detroit. Same way McDaniels failed in Denver. They both went to new places and tried to be Belichick in Vegas. That's Derek Carr's fault. They both tried to be Belichick. They just both tried to be asshole dictators and were not true to their own personalities and were probably not as good of coaches as they seemed because they had Belichick behind them as coordinators. But I think Joe Judge failed because he's a fucking tool bag who doesn't really know what he's doing. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He was a special teams coach.
I was going to say
Patriots.
that he was a special teams coach coming over to.
He was what, a D3 quarterback or D2 quarterback?
Yeah,
big whoop.
And you're in the New York media, and they're going to tear you apart when you fucking fail like you were with Saquon Barkley and all that you had around you.
There's a difference between his hardo mentality, which I think is his own, and Matt Patricia and McDaniels trying to emulate Belichick, because we've seen their personalities. They're different. Yeah. Joe Judge is just a blockhead hardo through and through, Belichick aside. So that's the difference there. I think Patricia, like, he's a barstool guy. Like, you've seen him talk with Portnoy. Like, he's just, I think that he has his own personality that maybe he's learning to just be
which
himself.
Is nothing like Belichick.
Right. So maybe he has a chance of being successful if he can do that, and if he actually is a decent football coach, which is probably yet to be seen. So I don't know. That's my only point. I think Patricia's moved up a little bit.
Hopefully, we never see New England.
Yeah, you. It's kind of where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
What do you think of Tyquan Thornton?
Boy's fast. Boy's very fast.
Looks
like a good pickup in the second round.
He sure does. I'd like to get to the draft picks, but before that, take a quick break and we'll talk about the defense.
Okay.
Did I miss anything?
No, you just had something about the Tyquan Thornton, where you put him on the depth chart now.
Ooh, where do you put him on the depth chart?
3.
Go on.
You got Myers, who I think is your number 1, Parker, who is your number 2, and then I go Thornton. I don't think Aguilar has shown anything this year. Bourne's now hurt. Lil Jordan Humphrey, yeah, practice squad guy, whatever. But yeah, I think Tyquan, with that speed, you gotta look at Jamar Chase, look at Tyreek Hill. Those guys are fast. You can make plays for them with wide receiver screens, stuff like that. Put them on the field, see what something happen.
Yeah, I agree. And Patricia did come out in the office, did come out and said they were trying to become more explosive as an offense. And I think you can also chalk those first couple weeks up to that. Like, they've never coached offense before. They were trying to get away from what made them successful for 20 years, which is just take what the defense gives you.
Yeah.
They were trying to force the ball down the field with the quarterback who's not at strength. I think you combine all of that stuff, inexperience at the coaching level, trying to change not only the entire system, but the whole philosophy with a guy that doesn't want to do it because he's not good at it. And hopefully Zappe has snapped them all back into the right place, in the right headspace. Let's just stick with what's worked for like ever.
Right.
All right, let's talk about that defense. They hold Nick Chubb to 56 yards on 12 carries, 4.5 yards per. They picked up 2 picks off the middling Jacoby Brissett. Talk about a lifetime backup. That guy just love you, man, but you should not be starting.
Speaking of that, can I ask a question? When the massage enthusiast comes back and Deshaun Watson, do you think that offense is going to take a step in the right direction, or do you think it's just
yes?
Do you think so?
Jacoby Brissett stinks.
Who is he at for wide receivers?
Amari
Cooper.
Peoples-Jones, Njoku, Nick Chubb behind him, Kamar Hunt. They are loaded. They got a better roster than the Patriots. They're loaded. They should be much better than they are, but they're Cleveland, so that's all going to get in the way. But Deshaun Watson over Jacoby Brissett.
No, I understand. I know that. I'm just saying, do you think this offense is going to be even better with Deshaun Watson coming back?
Fucking yes.
Okay, don't yell.
I mean, 2 years out of football, he's probably gonna have to shake a little rust off, like he shook his dong at those 25 poor women. But
another one just came out.
There you go.
See that?
R.I.P. Jack Easterby in Cleveland.
Hold on, I lost you. I'm fat.
Praise the Lord, Jack Easterby. Jack Easterby, we are with you in your spirit and guidance.
Shalom.
Yes, of course. Yes, they're going to be better. Jacoby Brissett stinks.
Okay.
That's why the defense looked pretty good. Or maybe the defense is just good. Kyle Duggar, best player on the field. He got 6 tackles, 2 pass breakups, 1 pick, 1 pretty bad blown coverage. But it looked like he was all over the field, laying people out on some of those hits. Best player on the field for you?
Nope.
Okay, let me go on.
Okay.
Oh, Matthew Judon. I don't know about that. How about your boy Dietrich Wise? Talk about the front seven. 3 tackles, a sack. He was in the backfield all day. Their whole front seven was Mac Wilson had some monster hits. Chase down. I think he had a sack
Former
too.
team. His former team. He was going.
Former team. Anthony
game.
Jennings. Oh, by the way, what the hell was the announcer's name? Kevin Nayland. Harlan. Kevin Harlan.
Yeah.
That guy can't pronounce. That guy belongs on this show. He can't pronounce a single name. He called
it's not hockey,
Jennings,
my friend.
Anthony Jennings or something. Tavai, he called Tavy. Like every guy that wasn't.
You don't
Zappe.
do words good. You don't do words.
Thank God, Zappe. Thank God he didn't do the Green Bay game. Zappe coming in, he didn't have to learn it. He sucks.
Zappe.
Zappe. Zappe.
I don't know.
Godchow actually got a sack. He was in there. Carl Davis had that penalty, but many are saying he had his best game as a Patriot. And Judon was in the
Didn't he
backfield.
have a pick? Didn't he have a pick or fumble recovery, Carl Davis?
No.
Okay.
Maybe he did. No. Didn't they call that? They called that a incomplete.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And Judon continues to be a beast. He was getting doubled a lot this game, I think, which opened.
That's what I would. That's why I thought he was the start of the game, because he was getting the double teams. He was doing the stuff that doesn't go on the stat sheet and helping his teammates get the clearly into Jacoby Brissett, which was all day.
All day. Yeah, that front seven was.
You silence that motherfucking phone.
Sorry, apologies. That front seven was nasty, which helped their secondary. Because I still think that's the weakness of the team. But Jack Jones, your boy, Jack Jones, give me the assholes.
All day. Give me an asshole all day.
Airtight when he was on Cooper. The touchdown on Cooper was not on Jack Jones. It was on Marcus Jones. But every time they threw to him and Jack Jones was on him, nay. Gave him the finger, gave the finger to the crowd. That guy's got moxie. We like him.
Love
two pass breakups in that game. Marcus Jones should have had the pick on that deep ball. He had his knee down, but they refused to look at it. But then they punted to him. He gained 16 yards on the punt, increased the field position anyway. Full-time returner. Good game for Marcus Jones. Was pretty good in secondary. Did get beat on that touchdown, but fucking hell of a catch by Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a catch by Cooper on that.
He's a rookie going up against a number one like that.
Yeah, and they missed that OPI, that 4th and 2 at Cooper.
They never
another great catch.
Call OPI on the offense. Never.
But you could see, he was in the air and you could see him move backwards. Like,
yeah,
that's not how that shit works.
But they don't care.
They're never going to call that. And he still almost made the play. Yeah. He is little, though.
Average.
Like, no, not average. Little. Like, his pads make him look like he should be playing Pee Wee. He's got like the helmet's too big for his body.
Damn it.
No helmet will ever be too big for your body. Jalen Mills in the secondary, I think, still continues to get picked on. This is going to be all season for me. Raymond, talk to me at the deadline. That's your number one need. If you want to be a contender, if you want to be an actual contender, Mac Jones can come back and be a top 10 quarterback. If you can go find your Aqib Talib, like you've done a couple times under Belichick's era, and get yourself a real number one cornerback and slot all these guys down one peg, now you're talking about a defense, because Jalen Mills is not a number one. No, he just isn't. I like him, but he just doesn't have what it takes.
He's a safety. He's a natural safety. He's the McCourty. When McCourty retires after this year, that's where he's going to go. That's where you throw him.
New nickname for Jonathan Jones, Sound of Silence. That guy is on the field a lot, and we don't hear his name because he is locking up.
Because no one throws to him.
Yeah. No one throws to him, but it's because he's slotted correctly. Number 2, number 3 corner.
Yeah.
He's probably a little bit better than that, but not quite a number 1. So perfect spot for him.
Absolutely.
Still their weakest point, though. I think you saw it against the Ravens, starting to get picked apart. You saw it against Aaron Rodgers in the second half of that Green Bay game. If you start to get wide receivers with some skill and a quarterback that knows how to throw,
read a defense.
I had this thought today. My point is the secondaries. I still think you're probably your weakest point. Maybe on the entire team. But I had this thought today.
No,
they're talking about how good is the Patriots defense, top 5, top 10. My point was, what does it matter? Like, if you play the Bills and the Chiefs, no defense is really stopping them. So your offense has to be good enough to just keep up.
Mm-hmm.
It's the NFL in 2022. You got to be able to score 30 points. When
Defense does not win championships anymore in this league.
No, I think they're a big part of it. If the Bills had a sack in the defense, they would have went to the AFC Championship. 13 seconds to go 69 yards for the Chiefs in that game to kick that field goal. Like, that's no defense. There was no defense played in that divisional game against the Chiefs and the Bills. I think you need a little bit. But my point is, like, if you're a number one defense against Mahomes or the Bills, that's not going to really translate. You still need to be able to put up 30 points.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what that says about the Patriots. I think they're good. I think they're at least the top 10. I think that if they make one move, they could be a top 5. But I still don't know if your offense can't figure shit out consistently, then you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, as long as you're off the field and give them breaks, you're not going 3 and out with your offense. Give the break, and then you're fine. But if you are constantly on the field, you're going to be fucked. You're going to be tired. You're going to get big plays. You're going to get torched for over 300 yards, and that's going to suck.
Afternoon delight, and we'll talk about the draft classes.
Sky rockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Whoop.
You guys have it, I think.
Afternoon delight.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
In the edit room, identify it on the WAV file.
Yeah. That helps Bill out for editing.
Yep, thanks, Bill. 2022 Bills draft class, Belichick's draft class. That is for 2022. Jack Jones, Marcus Jones, Bailey Zappe, Cole Strange, Tyquan Thornton, all impact starters.
That's 5 for 5 right there.
Now.
5 for 5.
Pretty good. The rest of that draft class, you got 2 running backs, Kevin Harris and Pierre Strong, both dressed against the Browns. Both got a carry. I think Kevin Harris got 2 carries.
I think so, yes.
Here's the deal with running backs and the Patriots. They don't make an impact until the second year. You're seeing that with Ramondre Stevenson. Kevin Harris and Pierre Strong are going to be right there with Stevenson next year. Pierre Strong's probably going to be your third down back. Kevin Harris is going to take over the Damian Harris role, and you're going to have impact from these guys next season, if not this season.
Yeah, agreed.
7 for 7. You even had the 6th round defensive tackle, Sam Roberts, who picked up a tackle in this game as part of that front 7 domination. And 6th round offensive lineman, Chasen Hines, is a backup lineman that's dressing every game.
Yeah.
The only guy that's not on the active roster is Hurt, the 7th round offensive lineman pick. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll call it 8 for 8. It's very rare you make 8 draft picks and all those guys are on the active roster. Never mind playing. Never mind making impacts like the Joneses, the Zappes, the Strange, the Thor. Every one of them, those guys, is the reason why they've won last few weeks. So
absolutely,
this is. I'll give you a couple more and I'll let you go because I know you're getting a Zappe over this, Ray. You've been making this point all week. 2021, last year's draft class, they made 6 picks. 3 of them are major contributors on this team. Mac Jones, of course. Ramondre Stevenson, quickly rising the charts as one of the best running backs in the league, and Christian Barmore, who is rising the charts as one of the best defensive tackles, defensive linemen in this league, despite the injury this week. Bill's draft class, is he back?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I mean, last year, Mac Jones, you got your cornerstone franchise quarterback. You got a Christian Barmore, who is now, going up the ranks on the defensive side. Ramondre Stevens, who's going to be your number 1 running back from here on out until his rookie deal runs out. But then this rookie class, 2022, Jesus Christ. That secondary looks great with Jack Jones, Marcus Jones, Bailey Zappe. That's a shot in the dark. You didn't see that coming. No one saw that coming. Cole Strange, everyone laughed at you. Look at you now. You got a Pro Bowl guard right there. Tyquan Thornton, boy's fast. And then running backs, yeah, like you said, you can plug and play. We make running backs around here, so I think it's a great job, and I think Bill is back. 2 great drafts right in a row after Tom Brady leaves.
So the 2021, what wasn't the year after Brady left?
Well, 2020 is the year Brady left. I'm giving that a little.
2019, 2020 were pretty bad.
Well, 2020, I think that was Bill being like, oh fuck, I can do this without Brady. And then he took a step in the mirror and was like, I can't. I have to go out and address this. I have to be better. In 2021, he put his shoes on correctly. He tied them, or probably in his case, velcroed them very tightly and fucking put his hat on and drafted his ass off.
Not a boy. We know 2021 was the year that supposedly Kraft
Yelled at him.
not intervened, but strongly suggested that Bill get a little help in the draft room with what the fuck's his name in Vegas now? Ziegler.
Yeah.
That led to the Mac Jones, which many speculate Belichick did not want to draft Mac Jones.
Thank God he did, because I couldn't do another year with Cam Newton.
Do you think that had a trickle-down effect? Do you think that there are still people in the organization that have more power or more say, the scouts, the scout team, the scout department when it comes to that 2022 draft? Or do you think it reverted 100% back to Bill Belichick?
No, I think he had help. I think
Definitely.
he didn't have, it wasn't 100% Bill. I think he's listening to more of his own people instead of the outside noise, like a Herm Edwards when he told him, yeah, N'Keal Harry's a real deal. Go get him in the first round. I think he's actually listening to his inside guys, the guys that are getting paid to scout these guys, that is going to work on this team instead of all his friends on the outside.
I think they might even have a situation where Bill gets one round and they get another round of this round. I felt that when they made the picks, like Cole Strange in the first round, that's a Belichick pick.
Yeah.
That's a Belichick pick. Then Tyquan Thornton in the second round, I don't know.
That's not a Bill pick.
Doesn't feel like him. Then you got Jack Jones, Marcus Jones. I don't know. Like
Jack Jones, yes. Marcus Jones, no.
Right. It felt kind of
asshole. Yeah, take him.
It felt kind of not dysfunctional, but disjointed in terms of like the flow of what a normal Patriots draft would go like. Yeah. Bailey Zappe, 4th round, Bill. I got this rookie quarterback that thinks he's the fucking cat's meow. Let's bring in another kid and push his buttons a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the 2 running backs, that's a Belichick standard move. So yeah, I don't know. It just felt like certainly there was a little bit more of a different feel, similar to 2021. Either way, whatever they're doing, keep it up.
Yeah, do it again in 2023, especially with all that draft cap room that we're gonna have. Fuck yeah! If you have another banger of a draft class, plus you have all that money in free agency, you could set yourself up pretty nice.
As long as, how did you put it? Your franchise cornerstone quarterback, Mac Jones. Is that how you just described him?
Yeah,
you not Bailey Zappe, right?
No, I was talking about Mac Jones.
Got it.
Hey, I might be stupid and slow, but I know what is what. Okay.
No, what aggravates me is the Dr. Big Mac on the
Sundays?
show is a different Dr. Big Mac than the text chain. Dr. Big Mac on the show is a meek, logical headed, quiet assassin. On the text chain, you're a cunt. You make me poop. All right. Oscar, let's clean up the trash to end the show here.
Okay.
Oh, I love trash. Anything dirty or dingy or dusty. Anything ragged or rotten or rusty. Yes, I love trash. If you really want to see something trashy, look at
Bill. There's 2 big trash cans on this cleanup.
I count 3.
I'm talking about players.
Oh, okay. Here's my number one. Here's my number one cleanup move, and this is not just this game. This is going on 3 seasons. The penalties, 12 penalties, 92 yards, 90. I think 8 of them were on the offense.
That is not Belichick-esque.
That is not Belichick-esque. How many of them were pre-snap? The false start, I think they were on a silent count to start the game, and the false starts, back-to-back false starts from your fucking dim-witted tackles, Trent Brown and Isaiah Wynn. I don't know. Has there been a penalty on the guards or Andrews as a Winu?
I think Cole Strange has 1.
Maybe we could look that up.
It might be a holding. It might not even be a false start. I think it was a holding call.
Yeah, I can't remember the inside.
He only has
of that line.
1 penalty this whole season.
The fucking tackles. So let's just move ahead. Isaiah Wynn, that's your other trash cleanup. Just shovel him with a shovel, put him in your recycle bin, and send him to Cleveland. Just leave him in Cleveland.
Get him a bog Cat, get a bobcat, and fucking pick him up, and just fucking see you later.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Throw him in the Charles. Get him the fuck out of here.
Yep. I 100% agree with that.
His first penalty was the false start in the red zone. That
he's a drive killer. He's a drive killer.
Yeah, but it didn't even kill that drive because if Hunter Henry could keep his feet, Zappe still would have had that touchdown in the back of the end zone. But that was Isaiah Wynn's first penalty, and then got blown up by who's the big D end?
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, thank you. That was the fumble, right? So you got old ass Marcus fucking Cannon that's playing better than Isaiah Wynn. Major trash pile.
Which Bill made fun of me for that. He's like, "Oh, you got Marcus Cannon." I'll take Marcus Cannon over Isaiah Wynn right now. Absolutely.
He's playing better than them. What they do though with Marcus Cannon a lot is they add another tight end. So if you want to do the 3 wide receiver personnel, it's hard to do that. They're not giving Isaiah Wynn help, which he needs, and they give Cannon help, so it makes him look better. But I'd still take him over Isaiah Wynn. He's not false start. He's not a walking false start or a holding. Those are the 2 items, and then special teams. Jesus Christ. Can we fire this Cam Accord?
So can I stop you? Can I stop you? Because you're 2 different person. No, you're the same person. On the show, you're a cunt, and then on the text exchange, you're a cunt. Because all I said last time was Jake Bailey was an MVP, and every time he has a bad punt, all I get from you is, "Oh, MVP Bailey over here. Look at MVP. Nice net kick of 20 yards." I'm sorry. I thought he was great. I made a mistake. I'm here apologizing to you on air. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Jake Bailey is not an MVP.
No shit, you fucking dumbass. Jake Bailey sucks. Jake Bailey fucking stinks. 35-yard punt, 45-yard punt. The only good punt of the day was his 45. You went to the Cleveland 13. Just
that was the muff kick, wasn't it?
Bounds. Yeah. 43-yard punt after a delay of game. Their special team stinks. Jake Bailey stinks. The piss poor coverage on the punts continues. And then shall we talk about the onside kick debacle? Jesus Christ.
What was that? They were all scrambling like they knew it was coming, and they just didn't know how to react to it.
I'll put a little bit on Belichick. Can we get a timeout there? Can we get a timeout there? You're up 2 scores. You can't use one of your timeouts in the 4 minutes, quarter. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But still, how are you not prepared for that?
Bad luck.
How are you not prepared? You know who would be?
Who?
Joe Judge. Special teams are good with Joe Judge.
Maybe he should be a consultant for the special teams.
He is special.
I mean, a lot of people have hats on the wear multiple hats on that team. Give him a consultant hat for the special teams.
Well, he's very busy with the quarterback room.
Very busy. Yeah, he's got what, two people in there right now with Bailey and what's that kid's name? Garrett?
Oh, Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
Gilbert Godfrey and half brain Hoyer.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, he's busy stirring the quarterback controversy under Bill's FUPA. He's just trying to get Zappe in there so he can have full control.
I like it.
All right, this has been the Simple Minds Sports Show Patriots Recap Monday.
We'll brainstorm.
We'll workshop that one.
Yeah.
We'll ask Bobby.
Because we can't do it next Monday because they play Monday night. So now it's going to be Tuesday. So we can't do Monday recap.
Well, people would get the idea.
You think so?
Unclear. See you on Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How much is Jake Bailey getting paid?
Too much. I think it's like $2 million.
I think it's like 6.
What?
Hold on. Please hold. MVP contract. Nope. Jake Bailey doesn't pop up. Hold on. Oh, you're closer than I was. This year is 2.2, 3.4, 3.7, 3.7. Dead cap is 6.
So they can't cut
him. You can't cut him.
You can't cut him.